I think this 90-Day Fiancé duo should break up. Shawn Finch and Alliya de Batista are one of the returning duos to appear on 90-Day Fiancé Season 11, but I think they should have ended their storyline during their last appearance. Shawn and Aaliyah first appeared in 90-Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise. The pair met back when Aaliyah was still known as Doug. Over their time together though, Aaliyah embraced her true self and stepped more into her feminine identity. At first, Shawn seemed to be supportive. Being a hairdresser and stylist allowed him a unique opportunity to help his partner discover her true self. However, the situation quickly got out of hand and Shawn realized he may not know Aaliyah as well as he thought. They've certainly faced their struggles in their last appearance, but they got engaged anyway, and they've returned to share the next installment of their story. Unfortunately, I don't think they're well suited for one another. The couple ended their segment on 90-Day Fiancé's Shawn hasn't been the most supportive of Aaliyah's transition. When the 90-Day Fiancé couple grew to learn more about each other, they realized Aaliyah enjoyed dressing up in drag clothes and wigs, and Shawn's high-valued stylist expertise helped her develop her new identity. However, Shawn wasn't aware of how important dressing up and feeling feminine was to Aaliyah at the time. Shawn simply thought Doug really enjoyed the drag lifestyle, until about a year and a half into their relationship, the feminine clothes didn't come off and Shawn discovered Aaliyah was now a full-time routine. Despite the change, Shawn hoped in their last appearance that Aaliyah would eventually change her mind. When Shawn introduced himself to the franchise, he revealed he was bisexual and was previously married. However, since coming out, Shawn has preferred to be with men, and now that Doug was Aaliyah, Shawn experienced some discomfort in his end. Shawn attempted occasionally to be supportive, like when he brought hair extensions, jewelry, and apparel for Aaliyah to try. In my opinion, though, Shawn often fell short. While I understand Aaliyah's transition is a big change, and it may take Shawn some time to get used to it, it seems like he wanted to change the Love in Paradise star or remained hopeful that this was a phase. He also didn't like how much more confident and outgoing Aaliyah is compared to more submissive Doug. Overall, I think Shawn seemed to care more about himself, his comfort and his own well-being instead of being more supportive of his current fiancé. 90-Day Fiancé's Shawn Finch cheated on Aaliyah. Another concern I have comes from a major bombshell that was dropped in Love in Paradise. Essentially, Shawn pulled a Loren Allen, or maybe Loren took notes from Shawn since he appeared on the series first. When they appeared in the franchise, the couple were obviously struggling. Between their over 30-year age gap, Aaliyah's transition, and the long-distance see, I thought there was a lot of tension and tiptoeing around each other throughout their segment. On top of that, the couple hadn't been intimate the majority of their trip, adding to the red flags and hindering Aaliyah's confidence. Then the Love in Paradise star mentioned to her friend that she had noticed there were dating apps on Shawn's phone. Once she finally confronted Shawn, he revealed that he was sleeping with other people as if it were no big deal and then proceeded to propose to her. The whole situation is messy, and I wonder if Shawn really cares for Aaliyah. I understand Shawn's point of view and the desire for intimacy since they're in a long-distance relationship. However, in my opinion, Shawn didn't communicate his needs to Aaliyah, he didn't really validate or ease her concerns, and he tried to hide the truth from her while acting like his actions weren't inappropriate. He even tried to convince her to let him continue having an open relationship while they were in separate countries. Overall, I don't think the 90-Day Fiancé couple are compatible. I think they have little in common, their age gap is too significant, and they have a rocky foundation that will likely fall apart under enough pressure. I also think Aaliyah needs a partner who's a little more open and understanding to her transition. While Shawn is part of the LGBTQ+ community, he is a little older, which could contribute to some old patterns in thinking. But also, while he used to identify as bisexual, he prefers men, and I'm not sure if he'll ever fully get on board with Aaliyah's transition. Perhaps their segment on season 11 could change my mind, but currently I think they'll be one of the few couples who don't get married on the show. 90-Day Fiancé's Shawn and Aaliyah got into an argument, and it highlights an aspect of trans relationships I never considered. Warning: The following contains spoilers from the 90 Day Fiancé episode The Price of Love. Stream it with a Max subscription or raid at your own risk. 90 Day Fiancé only began highlighting trans relationships in its more recent seasons, but has since provided fans a great service in spotlighting relationships that mass audiences may not know much about. They've allowed for moments that wouldn't have come up with other couples, such as Gabriel Paboga coming out to Isabel Posada's parents. This latest episode's focus on Shawn Finch and Alliya de Batista brought out another interesting storyline, as the couple argued over Shawn deadnaming his partner. The incident began at a diner, where Alliya met with Shawn's friend for the first time. The friend said they'd known about her since prior to her transition, when she went by her given name of Douglas. Shawn joined in, and also repeatedly used her pre-transition name when discussing their time as a couple before she adopted Alliya as a name. Though she mentioned in a confessional that the whole experience was upsetting, we didn't see her confront her partner about it until later in the episode. Alliya was upset at Shawn and his friend for deadnaming her. The former 90 Day Fiancé, Love in Paradise stars, who struggled over Shawn requesting an open relationship in their inaugural season, butted heads again regarding the subject of deadnaming. Alliya clarified to her partner that she didn't appreciate his friend using the name Douglas to refer to her, and she was even less impressed about her own lover using it. The reactionary comment took Shawn aback, and while he understood Alliya being upset, he addressed that because it was Douglas that he shared the first part of their relationship with, Shawn didn't want to forget his own fond memories from before the transition. It's a complex situation that 90 Day Fiancé couples haven't addressed prior to this point, as this is the first couple who got together before one member transitioned. The couple found a way to move forward, but is this drama over? Shawn made Alliya cry happy tears toward the end of the episode by presenting a scrapbook filled with all his memories of them together as Alliya. It was similar to one that he'd made before her transition, but with all of the pre-pictures removed. It seemed like she got her wish, but I wondered whether they actually squashed this drama entirely. I don't think the resolution was a compromise, as Shawn was in part asked to bury memories he cherished if he wanted to keep Alliya from leaving. We've already seen in a flash-forward at the beginning of the season that Alliya left Shawn waiting at the altar, presumably indicating their nuptials event didn't happen as planned. I have to wonder if it was tied to this drama, and if the issue of deadnaming will continue to be a theme for the pair throughout this season. While 90 Day Fiancé has shown viewers a fair few trans relationships, we have yet to see one end in a successful marriage. After all the drama, the franchise had Faith Tullid being manipulated by Loren Allen, who had no real goal for a lasting relationship. I was hoping Shawn and Alliya would give us a trans relationship that has a happy ending. Unfortunately, a good number of married 90 Day couples split, so there's no guarantee these two are built to last even if they do eventually get tie the knot. 90 Day Fiancé. Are Shawn and Alliya still together after her questions about gender-affirming surgery stirred up drama? When you buy through links on our articles, Future and its syndication partners may earn a commission. Warning. The following contains spoilers for the 90 Day Fiancé episode Blinded by Love. Stream it with a Max subscription and read at your own risk. Shawn Finch and Alliya de Batista continued down their road to marriage in 90 Day Fiancé's latest, all while navigating the latter's ongoing gender transition. This element of their relationship has been explored since we first met them in Love in Paradise Season 4, but never resulted in the tenseness sparked by their consultation regarding gender-affirming surgery. Alliya has expressed interest in both getting breast implants, as well as the procedures for female genitalia. Definitely new territory for this franchise after previously tackling siblings' thoughts on transitioning and cast members coming out to parents. Though it was presented as something of a make-or-break moment for the couple, I'm skeptical about how lengthy and/or deep their drama will get, given their latest relationship status update. Shawn admitted he had concerns about Alliya pursuing gender-affirming surgery. While Shawn has firmly thrown his support behind Alliya following the deadnaming controversy, he privately expressed his concerns about her desire for pursuing gender-affirming surgeries. As he said in his 90 Day Fiancé confessional, Discussions about Aaliyah wanting breasts and female genitalia should have had happened with him long before outside consultation was sought. 90 Day Fiancé and all its spin-offs are waiting for readers over on Max. Pay $9.99 a month for its with ads plan, and with 3 tiers available following a Max subscription, there's a few ways to pay. You can also prepay for a year and save up to 20% view deal. Shawn added that as a gay man, he's not sure if he can be with someone who aims to or wants to fully transition. Now, Aaliyah left that consultation without scheduling dates for any type of surgery, so we'll have to see how she feels in a later episode about going under the knife for some of these procedures. Are Shawn and Aaliyah still together? Season 11 begin with a flash forward of Aaliyah leaving Shawn at the altar on their wedding.